I feel like there's no company that hates its own user base more than Nintendo. It feels like every decision they make outside of game development decisions is always so bafflingly evil for no reason. It feels like they go out of their way to spit in the face of the people that play their games. You know how, like, the Heart Attack grill, you get spanked by your waitress if you don't finish all your food? That's Nintendo. They spank you for just wanting to enjoy the games they produce. There's just a laundry list of awful things Nintendo does for seemingly no good reason. Like, for 20 years now, they've been locked in a war against the Smash Brothers community, just going full scorched earth and randomly shutting down grassroots tournaments left and right for 20 years, even though it's just a gathering of people playing their game at a high level. Like, that's not hurting anyone. Nintendo's made another wildly awful decision that goes against the community that enjoys their games, and I want to get very deep into it because it's one that I'm extremely passionate about. It's, again, them shitting on the Smash Brothers scene, but this time, they're not alone. Nintendo had an accomplice, and in fact, the Nintendo sidekick may have actually been the greater villain in this story. As most of you know, Moist Esports started in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with Cola, so it's obviously a community I'm super passionate about. And it's been a community that's been severely neglected and shit on by Nintendo for 20 years now. They've shown no support and they've actively gone out of the way to shut down tournaments. They don't actually contribute anything to the professional scene in any capacity whatsoever. They're very hands-off, and they really don't seem to like professional Smash Brothers, and never have. But not too long ago, Panda, which is an FGC organization, they're not just in Smash, but they're mainly known for Smash, they announced that they're partnering with Nintendo for the first time ever. Nintendo is directly partnering with a organization to put on high-level Smash tournaments. Everyone was excited, everyone was celebrating, like, holy shit, Nintendo's finally getting involved. It looks like they're finally going to support the professional Smash scene. This is amazing. I was one of those people. I thought that was super hype. I thought that was great for the scene. Fast forward to today. There is something called the Smash World Tour, which is a labor of love put on by the community, mainly VGBC, Video Game Boot Camp, and it's reaching its conclusion. The Smash World Tour is by far the biggest Smash tournament that has ever happened, like circuit-wise. So the Smash World Tour is what people have been competing for an entire year. It's about to wrap up, and right before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, VGBC gets a notice from Nintendo that they have to shut it all down. They get a cease and desist. A classic Nintendo maneuver. They basically invented cease and desist. They would cease and desist a fucking 4-year-old's birthday party if you had a Mario plushie there. They are ruthless. So at the very end, our players, for example, already had flights ready for Smash World Tour here. Like, everyone was fully in. Like, everyone thought it was still happening. Everyone on the organizer side also thought so as well, until the day before Thanksgiving, they said, nope, no siree. Because Nintendo refuses to allow, like, grassroots tournaments or anything like that. Yet, this came out from VGBC, where it is revealed that the Smash World Tour did have the nod from Nintendo. While they didn't officially license it or get behind it in official capacity, they were in direct communication the entire time with Smash World Tour. They were talking directly to Nintendo. They had their blessing, albeit not a fully licensed blessing, but they had their permission to run that while they also ran the Panda Cup, which is their official one in conjunction with Panda. And then out of nowhere, they got this. They got absolutely fucking slapped. They had to shut it down. So they made the announcement today that the Smash World Tour it's dead. And then they have this in here, which seems to be that it was a Panda decision, not so much a Nintendo decision to do this. While Nintendo is obviously at fault, this paints a picture of the head of Panda, his name's Alan, wanting kind of like a monopoly on Smash. Since now he works directly with Nintendo, it seems like he wanted to strong-arm himself to being the only official tournament, and all the other ones he was trying to scare and intimidate and threaten with shutdown. So I wanted to read this with all of you, because it's bad. It's a terrible look. This is a terrible look if all of this is true. And it seems like it is because one of the BTS Beyond the Summit TOs, one of the head TOs, came out to confirm that what was said in here is accurate about Alan. Panda, the head of Panda, being an absolute supervillain here. So it's looking like there's a lot of evidence to point to this being like an honest explanation for how the Smash World Tour ended up going from being okay by Nintendo standards to being wiped on the fucking pavement, like actually curb stomped. So I just wanted to read this and then go over it a bit more. That's kind of like the cliff notes to speedrun the lore on how we got here. It's an absolute shame because the Smash World Tour is just, it was an incredible thing. Highest prize pool for the whole circuit, the biggest circuit ever done. It's international, so they had talent from all across the world competing, and it was finally going to wrap up in a massive, extremely fun way. And then all of this happened. Fucking tragedy. So here. Around the same time, Panda Cup began heavily recruiting events for their circuit. The CEO continued to tell organizers we would be getting shut down shortly, and also added that any events that participated in the Panda Cup would not be allowed to be on the Smash World Tour. This exclusivity surprised us not only because of our Nintendo conversations regarding coexisting, but also because we were not exclusive. And even back in January, we told organizers that they could be on both with zero issues from us. This is in reference to the Smash World Tour. Smash World Tour said that, hey, you can be part of our circuit and also be anywhere else you want to be. Totally fine. Very pro-community. Panda, not so much. At first, Panda targeted events that were not on the Smash World Tour, including those who did not join because of the aforementioned warnings. A few of those events had broadcast deals with popular tournament broadcasters like Beyond the Summit, and the CEO of Panda wanted broadcasting rights to be included as part of the deal of these events joining the Panda Cup. Most of the events refused to break their contracts, so Panda approached Beyond the Summit directly to try and get the rights released. BTS had very little motivation to give up the broadcasting rights for free, so they declined to get involved, causing the CEO of Panda to escalate things quickly, and we were told that he made a variety of threats to Beyond the Summit, including shutting down their entire Smash organization in 2023 if they didn't eventually join Panda Cup. After BTS held firm, the CEO of Panda warned that they would get Nintendo directly involved, putting broadcasting rights for all tournaments in jeopardy. So, this is the CEO of Panda, Alan, twirling his evil little mustache and his greed getting the best of him. So like Mr. Krabs with dollar signs in his eyes, he says, if you don't join us, we're going to get Big Daddy Nintendo, whom we're sucking the ass of, to shut you down. And that's exactly what's happened to the Smash World Tour. Now, this does call into question, will all grassroots big tournaments now face the wrath of Panda and Nintendo? Are they going to bully every single grassroots one? Or only the ones they deem a threat, like Beyond the Summit or VGBC? That I have no idea on at the moment. Panda hasn't commented as of right now, but it's pretty fucking bad. Now, I think it's very important, like I said, they weren't officially licensed with Nintendo, the Smash World Tour, but they did have like open communication where it was kind of like a wink wink, this is okay kind of thing. Like, we know about it, we're okay with it, go for it, we can coexist. But only one of them was officially licensed by Nintendo, and they never had a problem until it seemed like Alan had a problem. So, absolutely tragic for the community. No, like, there is a big fuck Nintendo thing here, because if they would just fucking support the community besides just going with, like, the Panda Mafia, this would have never been an issue. This would have legitimately never been an issue to begin with, but because they're so deeply in bed with Panda now, I guess Alan's whispering in their ear about, like, his competition that he's not happy with. At least that's how it reads. And he's made threats, which, again, have been confirmed over here, even outside of this document. This is a totally different organization. This is BTS that's confirming the same things that VGBC stated. So it seems like he just went on a bit of a rampage. Now, I think there is also, I've seen this theory tossed around, I think there also is a reality where the CEO of Panda tried to puff out his chest and, you know, flex on the community that now Nintendo's backing them, so trying to scare Beyond the Summit. But Nintendo never listened to him, didn't take him seriously, maybe viewed him as a clown. But he was so bad to work with that maybe Nintendo just got soured on the whole experience of being in the pro scene, that they're shutting everything down, and once they're done with the contract with Panda for their Panda Cup, maybe they never touch it again. I think that's also a very real possibility where Alan didn't influence their decision to shut everything down by telling them to. He influenced it by just being miserable to work with. So they were like, fuck this, we're just gonna shut everything down and go nuclear. I think that's also possible. Big thanks to the Oregon Trail for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure a lot of you know I've played a lot of the Oregon Trail. I've made like 5 or 6 videos on it over the years. I've always enjoyed the game and found it to be an extremely fun experience. And now there's an official successor, a remake of the classic game but with more modernized gameplay and visuals, and the visuals are amazing. So now you get to survive blizzards, broken limbs, and all types of trials and tribulations throughout the journey in a more updated setting, and I think the visuals really help elevate the experience. I think it's a lot of fun. The game's available right now on the Nintendo Switch Shop, Steam, and Windows Store, and you can also just click the link in the description to get started playing the game today.